is there unity abroad but polarization at home? Are we seeing unity with all the delegations going abroad together, but is there polarization at home? Before I come to you, Rajat Sethi and Sandeep Shastri, let's play what Vijay Shah said, because that, in a sense, reflects the kind of some of the unfortunate rhetoric that we've seen play out at home. This is a Madhya Pradesh minister of the BJP. Listen into what he said.
जिन्होंने हमारी बेटियों के सिंदूर उजाड़े थे, वही कटे पिटे लोगों को हमने उन्हीं की बहन भेज करके उनकी ऐसी की तैसी करवाई। उन्होंने कपड़े उतार के हमारे हिंदुओं को मारा, और मोदी जी ने उनकी बहन को उनकी ऐसी की तैसी करने हमारे जहाज से उनके घर गए।
Rajat, you've heard what Vijay Shah says. Of course, politicians at times tend to speak without thinking. And this might be one example of it. But there will be those who will say this is precisely the problem. We want unity abroad, but at home we polarize our own domestic constituencies and play to them. Is this part of the problem?
Well, isolated cases, if you want to draw out those isolated cases and broad brush how internal democracy is or how internal discourse is, that would be too much of a stretch, Rajdeep ji. For the past around 15 days, we've been admonishing the remark of this minister in no uncertain terms. I at least have been pretty clear as to what he said. That is, even if it came out as a slip of tongue, he should still be not just be restrained, he should be sacked. That's my position. And I don't have any doubts about it. But the discourse, this is still one of the leaders of the BJP at a state level. But here on the other side, you have a Rahul Gandhi who has the guts to go out and meet Ilhan Omar in the United States. And no question should be asked from him. He is the leader of the opposition. He occupies a constitutional position and he still goes out and meets. Can he make it public as to what kind of discussions he had with Ilhan Omar, who openly vouches for POK not being part of India and being firmly, who believes that entire Kashmir belongs to Pakistan? Now, let me again tell you, to what previously Salman Soos was saying, what is the right time to question? Absolutely. Let there be a parliament session and you should raise the right question. But in communications, there is something that is said very clearly, that it is not what you say that matters. It is what gets heard. That is what is more important. In the case of the Congress party, what is being heard across the border. It is being played out. All of these speeches of these Congress leaders are being played out by the Pakistani television. What does it say? It clearly says that somewhere down, when you're asking about planes being lost by India, there is a very pathetic, kind of a sinister smile that you want to, bring to yourselves, that see, Modi failed, or perhaps India or India's operations failed. This is why you're repeatedly having this question. Tell me, in Second World War, did America not lose their submarines and ships and warplanes? Does that determine who wins a war, who loses a war? How shameless and how pitiful can our constitutional position holders like the Chief Minister of Telangana be when they're trying to belittle India's cause by calling out how many planes have been lost? Those are operational matters, for God's sake. Don't you have the basic decency and you still occupy a constitutional position? My real problem is that deep down...
Also today, we've also heard today Dr. Subramaniam Swamy say the same thing. You see, the question is, but should the government not be transparent about it, Rajat?
Sadistic pleasure is the word
you're saying they get sadistic pressure. Maybe the government could have been more honest about it.
To elicit from this whole thing.
Okay. Maybe the government could have been more honest. Maybe the Congress is trying to derive sadistic pleasure. Interestingly, Subramaniam Swamy today is also echoing this. But Sandeep Shastri, is part of the problem the fact that we are so polarized domestically? Our politics has become so shrill. Prime Minister goes to Bengal and says, almost seems to liken Operation Sindoor to a potential Operation Bengal where elections will take place next year. Mamata Banerjee then hits back and talks about Sindoor and the Prime Minister's personal life. Is politics so polarized in this country?
Rajdeep, 2 points on that. When an all-party delegation goes abroad and there is unity abroad, I think that is something that needs to be lauded. Back home, there is no shadow of doubt that there is intense polarization of ideas. And this is again not something new. What is new for me is the shrillness of the debate, the personalization of the debate, the language used in the debate, and the low level of accusations that are made in the debate across the political spectrum. That, I think, for me, as a citizen of the country, as an observer of politics in this country, is disheartening. Let us have our polarization. Let us take our stands. Let us take diametrically opposite positions. Perfectly fine. But can there be some sagacity, some wisdom, in our debate, can our language be much better and not make it personal accusations? Can we raise that standard to an extent? That's the question which is worrying me today. And it is not the polarization, but the way that that polarization is being taken forward in the language we use and in the idioms that we put forward in the debate across the political spectrum.